At exactly 05:30 hours, Manchester United is going to be taking on the side of Rio Betis down in I think it's San Diego, and United has already gone ahead to touch down San Diego in here onto the United Matters channel. How are you guys? And are you watching us from my group by the names of Rock and David? Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun. A moment, guys. Alright, sorry about that. I really had a call that was coming in from a very, and by that was my father, so I couldn't obviously fail to pick it up. Guys, how are you? It has been a while. You guys have been the group saying, Rokani, where are you? Here I am, and hope you guys are really having fun. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. So let's continue to obviously spread love, no hate onto this channel, and let's obviously get a little deep into some 30 minutes of really talking Manchester United versus Rio Betis. Who remembers the last time we played Rio Betis? The last time we played Rio Betis, we beat them by 1-0. You remember that game of football that was played in Spain, where Facundo Pelestri played very well, and for me, he was the man of the match, if you don't really forget. But at Old Trafford, we had beaten them by 4-2, and that's when we went through to the were they the semi-finals, quarterfinals, right? Before we are knocked out by Sevilla into the tournament. So guys, thank you for watching through. Smash like button, comment and share, and let's obviously get to know where you guys are really watching in from. And United comes into this game of football without Lenny Yoro. It's expected that he's really gonna be out for 2 months. Very saddening for the club of Manchester United. Then Rasmus Højlund is expected to be out for the entire preseason, and he might be ready to face the side known as Man City on the 10th of next month. By the way, it's already 1st August in my country where I am, so we can obviously get everything up and running. And then we are gonna really do the needful, right, and put in the shift, you get, and look at the other absentees, who are Diego Dallo, Bruno Fernandes, Joshua Zirkzee, Kobe Mainoo, who else? Garnacho and Lisandro Martinez. All those played in the Euros and Copa America finals respectively, and you don't expect them to come in through, apart from Diego Dallo and Bruno Fernandes, who played into the quarterfinals and have been out, and they expected to return to Carrington at the start of next week. Next week, Monday, they're going to be reporting at Carrington to obviously train, but I don't know who is really going to be training them, because the man that has been in charge of them, that is McLaren, has gone ahead obviously leave Manchester United. He has been announced as the new manager for the side of Jamaica. That is a man known as McLaren. So I don't know who is really going to be taking part, all care of these players of Manchester United at Carrington as they trained for this club. Now we are having the club friendly capacity 35,000, and the Snapdragon Stadium is really going to be hosting this game in San Diego, meaning that It has all hallmarks of a shirt sponsor driven match. It's all sponsored by Snapdragon, and that's why the game of football is going to have to be taken to San Diego, where these people really play or have a stadium from, and it's named after their brand. And you know how huge it's really going to be sounded tonight. Everyone talking about this game of football is going to be talking about Snapdragon. The TVs are really going to be talking about Snapdragon. So that shows you the big part of this beautiful game that is going to obviously promote Snapdragon. With the players of United donned into the Snapdragon, they're called Snapdragon jerseys. Sorry, Snapdragon with jerseys with Snapdragon at their front. That will be a very huge promotion, best caliber into the mix. So we're here to wait and see how things pan out, but everything is really moving on as well. This is the fourth game. We're going to be playing in the preseason. The first game we lost to Rosenborg by 1-0. We beat Rangers by 2-0, lost to Arsenal 2-1, and we are coming into this game of football searching for a win to see to it that everything really comes to pass, and really we beat the side of Arsenal badly. Beat them bad, you beat them bad, the side of Real Betis, because we need to send a message to them. Now, when you go to the side of Real Betis, they also have some players that are really out, and Ayoze Perez, German Pezzella, and Johnny Cardoso. They are involved in international tournaments, while Ezazuri and Juan Miranda are playing in the Olympics, so they are really out. And Isco has suffered an ankle injury in May, ruled out for the remainder of the season, and the midfield is unlikely to feature until later this month. So even Isco is out of this game of football. And let's go into what we think the probable starting 11 for Manchester United is going to be like this morning for me, where I will be. It's going to be a morning, I don't know where. It's really going to be in there for you. The system for Manchester United, obviously, it's a 4-2-3-1. That is really well known for the club of Manchester United. Ten Hag admires that a lot. And we go to what we call the field and see how these players are really going to line up. It's no doubt that Andre Onana is going to keep his position as he's going to be keeping his position as a CDM, as a goalkeeper for the club of Manchester United. That is really well known, right? And he has some confidence he's really gaining, right? And I believe when we really get stable with the first team, I think a lot will come to his strength, and he's going to be doing lots and lots of things that are going to be putting him into the best way possible in there for you. So that is Andre Onana playing for the club of Manchester United. He's really going to go ahead and really start. So after Andre Onana, he's going to come in through to start. Right back, it's really tricky. News coming in through from the side of West Ham looks like United are closing in for the deal of this guy known as what's his name? Known as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and it's gonna be tricky whether we play him or not. That is it. That is the most important bit of it all, He's gonna be tricky. You play him here, he gets an injury. Trust me, he's not obviously gonna come in through and obviously get to the side of West Ham, because no team can sign an injured player. So it's up to the manager and the board to make a decision, and the decision not to start him or to start him will show us how far this transfer has gonna hit reach. Because if they're gonna hit agree personal terms and United is negotiating a fee with West Ham, you cannot really play that player. You cannot really play that player, because that he's the player supposed to sell to get in Mazrui, and if that's not the case, then it's really gonna really affect the club. But I'm anticipating that it's gonna be Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right side of the full back, right? Then the left back, the other time it was Amaz that started, but I still believe that Mare can give us a very good go, but Amaz had a very good game, and I named him the man of the match. and I just can't wait to see who starts. But whoever starts, either Amaz or Murray, for me, I'm excited to see any of those, because they're going to hit to show huge potential every time. They're going to hit obviously be given a game to start in such a moment of time. So I anticipate that it's really going to work out well for the side of Manchester United. Either Amaz or Murray, whoever starts, it will be really well. On the right side of the central defense, Lenny Yoro played there last time, but he's injured, and it's rumored that he's really having what we call a metatarsal. So I think Harry Maguire is going to shift to the right back, so to the right side of the central defense, or for the team of Manchester United. And then on the left-sided centre back, obviously, it's really going to be a man himself known as John Evans. So John Evans is really going to be the right man to obviously go ahead and really do the needful. So that is the back five for this side. And I tell you what, it's really going to come out and really act better, right? So that is the back five you get for the side of Manchester United, that I believe is going to take on Real Betis into that game in San Diego. And I believe it's not going to change. It might be Amaz in for Mare, maybe another player in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka if at all the deal is really close. The moment I see him not donning that jersey for Manchester United to really warm up with his fellow players, it will be a confirmation that he's close to the deal of West Ham, like it happened for Emile Smith-Rowe at the side of Arsenal. They really made it sure that he doesn't obviously put in the shift required into the mix. So those are the five players that I believe are going to be into that central defense and full back of Manchester United, the goalkeeping department. Let's go to the midfield. Obviously, a man that hasn't going to hit to look well for me, Casemiro, is going to be played into the midfield as a CDM to shield the back four. And we all anticipate that he's really going to improve, because there are very many minimal chances of us selling other players. Because if you don't sell Scott McTominay and Jadon Sancho, we are not going to get in the players that we want, especially as far as the central defense, central midfield are really concerned. That is it. So Casemiro might be that central midfielder that Man United is really going to be planning their season on. That is it. Don't be shocked about it. It can really happen, because the world is really not having money, especially Manchester United. What went ahead to do way back is going to hit to haunt us back. You understand? It has gone ahead to haunt us back, and everything is really moving on to that side. So Casemiro is expected to start in the midfield alongside the man himself, known as Toby Collyer. Toby Collyer is really having a very fantastic season, and Erik ten Hag is going to hit to obviously see this young man really get on well to the club of Manchester United and give him the best of the best as a manager. And he believes that he's really going to be a player who has all what it takes to feature into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United next season that starts on the 10th. And Ten Hag really believes the boy has the qualities, he has the minerals, to obviously operate into this beautiful game of football. His ingredients are really proven, and we're going to hit to see him really play well in that midfield when playing against Arsenal, and I think against Real Betis we are going to see him really stay on the field for some more minutes, because I'm really optimistic that players are going to play more minutes like they played against Arsenal, because against Arsenal the injury of Rasmus Højlund and Lenny Yoro forced the manager Erik ten Hag to obviously cancel out his plan of playing these players more than 45 minutes, and he brought on the entire change of squad. But right now we anticipate that the team is really going to be playing more minutes, and we pray to it that minimal injuries really coming through. But I've gone ahead to let people know that there is something not right at the club of Manchester United, because players that play for Arsenal never got injured, but for us we got two players off the pitch, meaning that something is not okay. Is it the lack of the fitness coach? These players are really playing high intensity game when their fitness levels are not as per required. So I think that should be worked on by the club of Manchester United, because a fitness coach is always needed to obviously see everything really move on to where you want it to be. Then in the central attack midfield, one of the most exciting players this preseason is really going to be playing that position. That is Mason Mount. Mason Mount has been really very exciting in that position, where he is going to have to be played as a number 10, and I believe he has an assist on him, if at all I'm not mistaken, and I think he even has a secondary assist. So he's really good, and he is going to have to show us why maybe United brought him in because they wanted to see it that they really have a Bruno Fernandes competitor. And that might be the plans of Manchester United, maybe, to really offload Bruno Fernandes and get in Mason Mount to play into that position, or else to see these two really compete favorably in that position, because this time round we are going to be playing 4 tournaments and he needs to obviously offer himself or be available. The moment he's not available, then he's not going to come into and really complain. You understand? So wait and see how he performs tonight, but I believe he's really going to be having a superb game tonight. On the right attacking side of the midfield, I believe it's going to be Amad. Amad Diallo. Obviously, he's going to start because he gives us something different than any of the right wingers that we have at Manchester United. Not greedy, he's creative, and he tracks back very well. He doesn't lose the ball, of which ball retention is key into this modern game of football. And the way he obviously makes things look easy, and he really pulls out a moment of magic. Amad Diallo is really one of those that we should really give an eye and really watch hugely into that game. On the left, Marcus Rashford, who had an assist against Arsenal, I believe is really going to be starting to that position to obviously do the needful and obviously send a message to the haters that please, Marcus Rashford, I'm back. But I believe apart from that pass, I don't remember anything good that he would have to do. Sometimes when you are the player that the entire team is looking at, there are certain questions that you have to answer. You get? His end product to the game is still lacking. It's still lacking, and today he has to make a statement, because at least for your Betis, you anticipate that he can bench down, so he can sit down some players and obviously do the needful. But that quick reaction was really important for him, and he really looked like he's really getting back slowly by slowly. So we need to see Marcus Rashford, the Rashford that we've always gonna hate to see in the recent moments. Then let's obviously have a player called Ethan Whitley leading the line. With Rasmus Højlund, the man who went ahead to score that goal, injured, you obviously have to look around and ask who is really going to come up and obviously get us to where you deserve to be. You understand? It really costs nothing for us to believe that Rasmus Højlund is not going to be really forced in this game of football. He's going to be rested, and then Ethan Whitley will lead the line. You get? But I won't be shocked if at all Erik ten Hag comes up with a formation that puts I won't be shocked with Erik ten Hag comes up with a formation that sees Marcus Rashford leading that line and then integrates Sancho into the game. But we'll be having players like Eriksson on the bench, Scott McTominay on the bench, Anthony on the bench. Maybe Lindelof might surprise us. Then Will Fish, Bennett, Mather, Fletcher, and very many others to obviously get into that team of Manchester United and do what we call magic, because substitutions are really going to be key into this game of football, as Erik ten Hag will be preparing for his last game against Liverpool. Remember, we are playing against Liverpool, I think on the 3rd, 3rd is going to be when, Friday morning, we'll be playing our last game, and then the entire team will obviously board back to the side of Manchester, rest for 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, and I think Monday. Then on Tuesday they'll resume training, and Erik ten Hag will obviously be training the players that would have gone ahead to return that we are not part of the preseason. Zexi, Lisandro Martinez, Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes, Diego Dallo, right? Those players that have been away because they've been playing for their national teams and their teams will reached far in the tournaments, and they will be joined with other youngsters that will be left at Carrington. So that's what I anticipate that the plan is really gonna be, and I think Tuesday next week it's gonna be bloody, and a lot is gonna be happening for the club of Manchester United. So we're here waiting to see how things are really gonna pan out, but we want to see to it that everything really comes to pass and Community Shield comes to pass and United obviously gets into their season. We are having the man himself known as Onesimus. What is Onesimus saying? Onesimus is like, is there possibilities of letting Euro to play Community Shield with Man United? Not really. 2 months minimum. And we are waiting for the confirmation from Erik ten Hag today as we take on the side of Rio Betis. Then John Evans, welcome home, brother. You get? Welcome home, brother. All right. Robert Nsia, Ahmad and Collyer to start, please. Are you the coach? Now, the guy is really out of the mind, you know. I think you're gonna hit obviously come on a long platform because read the title very well. What does it read? So, what if they start? What are you gonna do? But read the title very well. What does it read? You know, endeavor to always read the room. You know, this is a match preview. I'm giving my opinion. You can as well go ahead and really give your opinion. It's very much welcome in the comment section. You get? You would have gone ahead to say, I don't think they're going to start. I think so-and-so is going to start. So, by giving your opinion, does this mean that you are a coach? Josh, hey Aradi, update me about the deal of Ugarte. Obviously, United need to first sell to get this deal done and dusted, though there was a proposal that United will go in for a loan, you know, with an obligation to buy, but I don't see it happening, you know. They're going to have to bring in Yao Neves. I know the player is going to be pushing to obviously leave the club of PSG, but Man United need money to get this deal over the line. You get? I believe that they wouldn't like to sign this player on a loan, but the situations are not really allowing them to obviously get on a smooth deal of Ugarte. But I believe he's one of those players that we have to obviously get in. And I don't know why United are really hesitating to really get £30 million from the side of West Ham, you know, and Galatasaray cannot offer that amount of money. So all I want is to see United sell Scott McTominay and use that amount of money to get in Ugarte. Period. Scott McTominay is pure profit that will help us kickstart off this window in style. Not kickstart off. Continue our summer transfer window in a very, very proper way. Then Chizoba, good evening. Camila Harry, how can we watch the game tonight? Obviously, the app is called His Goal. Download an app called His Goal. HES, then GOOGOAL. You understand? It will obviously give you the broadcast that you want. You can watch any game there. Even football icon. I think the same question we've been asking. I've given the answer. Opio Daniel Comboni. Are we going to start? What? Osanyo, what time is the game? 0530 hours. That is it. 0530 hours. That is it. Apostle John says, hey, my brother, I don't really know what is happening in our club. Injuries again. May the Almighty God help us. Obviously, there is something that is not okay, and I believe it's all about us not having a fitness coach, something that they should really sort out easily. You get? The fitness levels of these players might obviously be banger average. That is it. Atugonza Sam Aradi, just requesting this session that Ten Hag should give Ahmad time like how Garnacho was given, and I believe Ahmad is more talented more than Garnacho, even if time. Guys, all I want to let you know is Ten Hag is going to have to give Ahmad Diallo time. In the game of Rangers, he played him 45 minutes. In the game of Arsenal, he played him 45 minutes. You understand? And he shows you that he's not really coming off the bench, meaning that the manager believes in him because of what he offers. And I tell you, he's really good, and he's really having a very best season, and he's really charged. Even yesterday, he was in the press conference and he really had a lot of things to say when he was asked a lot about his game with Manchester United and planned. So it shows you how important the player is and how he's going to become at the club of Manchester United. And tell you what, he's really one of the best into that position. And I believe also he's better than Garnacho because his skill set, he's a press-resistant player and he's unselfish. You get very, very unselfish, and he's that man who can really create for chances for a centre forward, and the centre forward will have no one to blame for not really burying those balls in the back of the net. You understand? So when you look at the side of Amadi Diallo, I believe in the player, and I know most of you believe in him, and you know exactly what he puts on the table, right? Then we are having JM42. Johnny is among the worst CB to play. Then you haven't gone ahead to watch him. When did you first watch him? You know, did you watch him in 2007? Did you watch him in 2008? Did you watch him play in the final of the Champions League in 2008? You know, did you see him under Sir Alex Ferguson? Right? So you are giving your narrative. I respect it, but you don't know that Johnny Evans is talking about. I tell you, Johnny Evans is better than Harry Maguire. Even right now, he's better than Harry Maguire. You know, so you think that Harry Maguire has done anything better than Johnny Evans, the shirt of Manchester United? No way. And to show you how this talent, how good this boy is, he broke through from the academy. You know, in an era of Sir Alex Ferguson where he was a very hard manager to convince that you are young and you're supposed to come in through, meaning that to break into the team of Manchester United, you had to prove to him that you're really worth it and obviously stay there. And when he came in through, he started to bench Rio Ferdinand. He started to bench sometimes Nemanja Vidic. Now, tell me a worst defender who can bench Nemanja Vidic or Rio Ferdinand. You get? That defender is not there. He must be good because these two formed the best centre-back partnership in the world by then. Nemanja Vidic and Rio Ferdinand were among the best centre-back pairings in the world, alongside John Terry and Carvalho of Chelsea. Those centre-backs were really very, very, very good. I tell you, that centre-back was the best in class. But the moment this lad came in through and intervened and broke in and really said, all right, we just have to see to it that everything really comes on us to plan. You understand exactly how things will obviously pan out to come into the mix. So I tell you what, a lot has to come into your know that one, you get that one, you've gonna have to make a very big mistake calling Johnny Evans the worst defender to play for Manchester United. Have you seen the likes of O'Shea? Have you seen the likes of Mikel Silvestre, Gabriel Heinz? You know, United has had very bad central defenders. You get? So John Evans to me is one of the best that I'm gonna have to see play for the club of Manchester United. I can talk about Jaap Stam. I can talk about Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, Wes Brown, John Evans. Who else came in and really did well in the central defense of Manchester United? I think he has gone ahead to perform better than Eric Bay. He has performed better than Lindelof. He has performed better than Harry Maguire. Name it. You know, I think the only defender that has gone ahead to be signed to perform better than this guy, I think, has been Lisandro Martinez. But this guy, at his peak, he was really great, and look at him, 37 years of age, performing better than Harry Maguire. You get? It shows you how good his quality is and how you should really give him his flowers. Then Opio Daniel, at what time are we going to play and where can we watch the game? Guys, You know, sometimes I really speak out something and people don't pick it, and you come out and really ask the same question. It really feels like people are not paying attention to what I'm saying. The game is going to be played on 05:30 hours. That is it. 05:30 hours. You know, you can go into your 24 you can go into your 24-hour clock and obviously convert, and then you'll get the time. Then you get an app called His Goal, HESGOAL. That is His Goal. You can really watch all those games live. Even right now, there are games ongoing, and they are there on the app. You can watch them. Then, and I tell you what, when I'm doing the match day live to bring you the confirmed starting 11 for the club of Manchester United, people are going to come out and really ask me the same question, you know. So Atugonza says, you just hate Evans, but he's good. Unfortunate injuries. Yeah, but talk of injuries. What if the results show vice versa? John Evans, you get? John Evans played very many games than very many people. Let me compare him with other defenders at Manchester United and see what went ahead to offer. John Evans played in the Premier League. He played 23 games, you know. Let's see. Maguire. How many Premier League games did he play last season? Harry Maguire played 22. So, John Evans played more games than Harry Maguire. Let's see Lindelof. How many games did he play? Lindelof played 19 games. So, all the defenders are variable. No defender played more games than John Evans last season. And now you talk about injuries, meaning that he was the most fit player to be a variable every time the manager needed him, right? Do you have any update about Leny Yoro? I've just gone ahead, obviously, offer it. Leny Yoro is going to be out for a minimum of 2 months. That is it. So, guys, your predictions are welcome in the comment section below, but I believe you're going to beat them by 3-2 or 3-1 as the club of Manchester United. And I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below. Rokan David is my name. Hope you guys are really having fun, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. It's time for us to sign out, and I believe I've gone ahead, obviously, to answer all your questions. Second video of the day. An upload might come in through before you obviously drop in what we call the huge match day live. Then after the match reaction, you understand? And then we'll be offering you the player ratings in the due course of the match reactions. And then later we'll talk about other stories that would have gone ahead to obviously surface. But after João Neves to PSG, here we go, anticipate movement of Manuel Ugarte into the mix. So, guys, that is the predicted starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. You can as well come in and tell me your thoughts about it. I sign out for now. See you later.